Aloha, everyone. I have to say, Tuesday session, solid session overall. We need to take into consideration what we were looking at in the futures market. I've been on a house of cards bin watching spree lately, so I've been getting very little sleep as I stay up late at night. My girlfriend has gone on the mainland, stay up all night watching this stupid show that's on Netflix. Almost done through season 2 in 1 week. It's pretty crazy. But when I went to bed finally last night, as I went to bed, futures were at their absolute, I guess, extreme lows. The Nasdaq was down like 0.65%. The Nasdaq or the Dow Jones and S&P 500 and Russell futures were down over 0.50%. So it looked like once again no follow through. It's going to probably be a rough day, but we'll see what happens. When I wake up in the morning, boom, we look good. I see that we somehow opened basically flat. So we erased all the losses intraday, and then we ended up on the day on the Nasdaq 0.51%. Volume was lighter than the session before, but really, does that ever matter? NYSE, S&P 500, same similar situation, but as you can see, clearly a strong day. We continue to hold the overall support levels from 6.9, and as long as we do that, I'm fine. Another thing to consider is that you can see MACD, TSV, we're definitely in oversold areas. Stochastics racing into oversold, and RSI is actually ticked up from oversold. You can see on the Nasdaq, same similar situation, except for Stochastics is still trying to race to oversold. MACD and TSV is there, and then the one oddball of the group, which could hint to extreme strong relative strength in the future. MACD still above the zero line. TSV barely oversold, and look at Stochastics. Tell you what, I don't know if that means that the Russell 2000 is overbought. Doubt it. Or if it means that we're about to see some extreme strength in the Russell 2000. Hopefully. But either way, I don't know. I can't predict the future. Neither can anyone. And at least I'm honest. I hope everyone appreciates that. Too many damn people out there too certain that they think they know what the market's going to do, and that's just impossible to know. For now, Russell 2000, everything looks good. We're still under a buy signal as we break out into new closing recent highs, closing above the 1268 level, 1269. So I'm not sure how anybody can be too bearish on this market. Yet, as you can tell sentiment, while they're not too bearish, they're getting less and less bullish each week. So that's good overall in the sentiment category. Dow Jones Transportation Average didn't really rally, but once again, it's holding those lows. So as long as that continues, I have nothing to complain about. And speaking of that, I had no intraday sells trigger whatsoever. And on an end of day basis, only one sell signal, and that's an IX. IX is failing the low a day back here. So this was our long signal back here. Our first long signal. There were then two others, but closed below 75.90, eliminated this one as a long position, and as you can see, closing at 74.72 officially ends IX as a long position. I've already been taken out of all of it, and I think it was back here on the 9th I was taken out of all of IX, so I'm already gone. And then intraday, I have no cash available, but there was one stock that I wanted to get long no matter what tonight, and I figured it was going to probably close strong based on its technical pattern, daily, weekly. So I went ahead and got rid of half of CMGE. I had one subscriber on the website ask me if I knew that CMGE was bought out. And remember, the day that I went long CMGE was the nightmare day where my Telechart and Warden files were corrupted, and I could not get anything to work, and Warden already went home for the day, so it became a nightmare situation trying to figure this out. Finally figured it out on my own after 4 or 5 hours, found the bad data file, fixed it, but went ahead. I mean, when I look at this, I don't think CMG was taken private this day. I see it as a very strong breakout. Excellent price volume bop surge. However, it was bought out at $22, or going private, excuse me, at $22 a share. And as you can see, it has gone nowhere. So I told the subscriber, if CMG doesn't go anywhere for a while, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it, as it'll be like a time stop. But if it does continue to move up, then we know that going private at $22 probably is going to happen, and maybe CMG goes to $30, $35 and goes private there. So I don't know what happens. We'll see, but the volume didn't look big enough. Well, CMG has now traded over a week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions, and in 5 sessions it has gone nowhere. I want to get long. There's now 2 stocks I want to get long this evening, and I have no cash in the cash account, very little cash in the margin account. So what I want to do is sell half of CMGE. So what I did intraday for the first time, and I do not even know how long, is I sold a stock intraday based on really no reason. So CMGE got out of half of the position. The final sell stop on the rest of the position is if it moves below 21. If it moves below 21, I'll be out of all of it. It comes close, but it never does. It came so close, on the very first day. But, hasn't happened yet since then. 2103, I believe, was the lowest it went. So CMG, 50% sell signal. Therefore, I can now take the capital that was raised from there, along with the little bit of capital that I had following the long signals yesterday, because I rounded down so I can make sure I had funds available if there were any new long positions. And tonight we do have 2 new long signals. COKE, Coca-Cola Bottling Company. I profiled it back on StockTwits, I believe here. So if you go back to 529 on StockTwits, you can see that I profiled this stock there. The very next session, boom, big winner. So great start, but I wasn't long Coke. What are you going to do? Since then, though, it has built out a consolidation pattern on Max Green Bop with technically average volume, but it's basically been below average following the initial surge. And today it's breaking out, not a pocket pivot point signal, not huge volume, but Coke was confirmed in the CanSlim scan, in the Max Green Bop for 5 days scan, and in the new 52-week high scan on above average volume. So COKE is confirmed, 2.5% long position if you have it. If not, whatever amount of account capital you have left, because that's basically what I'm going to do. And then there's one last long position, and this is the one that I sold CMGE to get a part of. OCLR intraday. It wasn't up this much. I think it was up only to 275 or whatever, but at the time intraday it was at the high day. It wasn't quite a pocket pivot point signal yet, but I figured that if it kept Max Green Bop throughout the session, closed anywhere at the high day 275, as long as it didn't break out and go all the way to $3, which would have been it really, I wouldn't have taken it if it would have gone much more past 285. So if it would have gone too much further past 285, I'd have a problem getting long the stock. But good news is only closed up 2 cents higher than where I saw at 275. 277 closes only 3 cents off the 280 high day. Close enough to the high day to want to go and get long. Got the pocket pivot point signal. Still kept its Max Green Bop as it broke out, because God knows that nowadays, ever since 2008 or 2009 when the uptrend restarted again, if you have Max Green Bop going into a breakout and then you break out, you lose it, which used to never happen. Now it always happens. But today it didn't happen. So OCLR, 1% of the account capital, very speculative position. It was in the Max Green Bop for 5 days scan. It was in the Green Bop for 20 days scan. And it was in the new 52-week highs on above average volume scan. And it's producing a pocket pivot point signal. So pretty solid signal overall. So 2 good ones, COKE and OCLR. The market looks like it wants to move higher. But once again today, we did not get a powerful final hour rally. We did get a strong final minute in the S&P 500 and okay in the NASDAQ and Russell 2000. But once again, without a powerful final hour and a powerful final minute, I'm not going to get to, here we go, blast off time mode. I'm expecting that we will continue to back and fill and back and fill. The only good news is the Russell 2000 looks like it is ready to explode higher. We'll see.